Hey guys, it's Hawk here. I'm using Screencast, but only for webcam videos because I like how it works. Obviously, besides the watermark. So yeah, if you hear things, because I'm showing you what materials I use for drawing. Of course, this is going to be a two-part. This is going to be for generally like just showing you, and the next one is going to be for the programs I use digitally. So obviously, as most people do, or not most people, but a mouse, pretty standard. Also a Wacom tablet. This is, I think it's just pen and touch, drawing small, because I have tiny hands. But yeah, for traditional, when it comes to drawing, I like using this Derwent. I think it's like a Derwent graphic. Yeah, 3H. Obviously, all the writing's kind of rubbed off, but good hard lead. I like it. I also like using Cool Erase sometimes. This is a black, kind of standard. Sometimes if I want to add some bright, like really saturated accents to my piece, I will use highlighters because I can. Sometimes when I like to do this thing where I sketch everything in pen, I use these Papermate pens, this Papermate Inkjoy, and I also use this Zebra Z-Grip when it comes to actually lining my pieces. When it comes to actual line work, I will use these. Sometimes I will use these old Prismacolor Premiere, but I will also use these Dabalos, and I use a brown Micron or like sepia, and I like that it's not as harsh as black lines. It just kind of gives a better pop to the piece. I like how it looks. I also use a white gel pen, pretty standard for most artists. Sometimes I will use Winsor and Newton Cotton. I don't know if it's showing. I really need to clean out my mixing tray area. Of course, this one I'm gonna keep because there's some paints that I squeezed into here, but these two I think I'm gonna clean out. But I have various paints in this and another one. Some are Grumbacher, some are Winsor Newton that come with this, and others are Yasutomo. I like that a lot. I also will use colored pencils sometimes if I feel like it. I like Prismacolor color pencils. It's pretty standard. Most artists use this. I also will use things like Crayola sometimes though, so don't think I only use those like some weird offer. Or I think like the Crayola stuff rubbed off of this. And then of course I have this the Fine Touch. Just this double-ended colored pencil. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And another supply that I will use are alcohol markers. Now, I use Prismacolor sometimes. I can use Copic. I like using Chameleon. I like using the Spectrum Noir Illustrator. And something not many people know about, but I like them just as fine. They don't have a brush end, but they have a chisel end and a bullet end. Pretty big, but I like how it feels in my hand, and I like how the colors look, and I also like how they blend. They can be found at Hobby Lobby. They're pretty cool, and of course these hashtag coloring markers that kind of bled through. So I think this one's like bleeding out. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I use. And of course, if you want to know what I use traditionally to draw in, I use a mixed media sketchbook like this. I have a lot of stickers on it from doctors, but I like just to do things in my sketchbook. I think mixed media is a really good type of paper to use by Canson because it can handle acrylic, watercolor, pen, and pencil, and they can also handle marker pretty well. So yeah, it's not like I'm using printer paper anymore. So there's that. So those are the supplies that I use overall. Next, I will show you guys what digital programs I use. Talk, signing out.